What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Trevor Turner. And I want to bring y'all a short little video today, man, about something different, not in the ABC series. It's kind of like a little blurb, like the mastery video. I want to talk to you guys about capability, and then I want to talk to you guys about responsibility. I want to talk to you about capability and potential. I want to talk to you guys about the fact that everybody has a capability beyond their understanding. I want to talk to you guys about everybody has a potential to succeed, to achieve, to do beyond their understanding. I want to talk to you guys about calling. I want to talk to you guys about purpose. And this is something that I spoke to the young African-American high school students when they came for the best panel. The best panel is Black Excellence in Student and Teaching. And really what it says, really what I was telling them is that we all have capability that's through the roof. We all have a capability that's sitting somewhere in outer space. We all have a potential that is sitting so high up. If we could literally imagine it, it would just blow our fucking minds, right? If we could imagine how far we could go, we couldn't even see that shit with a telescope. It would wrap around the world in terms of distance. If we could think of it like that, we wouldn't be able to even comprehend the numbers compared to where we are now. Everybody has this capability. Everybody has this potential. How do you find it? One of the ways that you find it, when I was reading Atomic Habits, James Clear was talking about the things that become habit, the things that become routine, the things that become integral parts of your day are the things that you are passionate about, the things that you get fired up about, the things that you easily lose track of time doing. And a lot of times it does take us a little bit to separate those things from just regular escape shit because our life is so whatever right now that we just lose track of all of our time just escaping from it, from that every day. But there are things that we probably remember. There are things that we probably just don't even think about like that we can lose ourselves in. Those are the things that can become habit. Those are the things that become a potential piece of our potential purpose. And that is where our capability lies. I'll give you an example. There are people who lose track of themselves playing basketball. There are people who lose track of themselves watching basketball. There's people who lose track of time thinking about numbers and talking basketball with other people. You can see just in that same arena, in that same field, in that same, what we would think of it as the same calling, but no, there was 3 separate callings in just that same arena. The player, the coach, the commentator. It is the things that we lose track of that are directly tied to our capability. Is the things that just come easy, not necessarily super easy to us to do at a high level, but it just comes so easy to us to want to do those things. Those are the things that are where our capabilities lie on a natural level, because we do have to recognize the fact that our natures play a part in our capability, in our potential, and in the things that we can easily establish as habitual parts of our lives. So when we talk about capability, man, everybody has a capability. Everybody has a capability. And like I said, not to do every single thing, but everybody has a capability somewhere for something that is just so far out of this world that you would need a fucking space helmet to get it. And that's where responsibility comes. Responsibility, capability is tied to responsibility, because capability is what says that we are allowed to have huge, lofty goals. Capability is what says we are allowed to have this unlimited, this massive amount of profound amount of potential within us. We are allowed to be able to see ourselves in possession of great things, things that we thought we could never dream of, things that our parents, our grandparents never even thought that we would see. We are allowed to see those things. We are allowed to strive for those things. We are allowed to get those things. We are allowed to be able to see those things in our mind's eye and consistently work for those things. We're allowed to pull plans out of our hat for those things. That is capability. And that is where our capability lies. Responsibility, what goes hand in hand with that, is responsibility is the fact that because you are capable of doing it, that means you have the responsibility to chase it. That means you have the responsibility to put in the effort to get it. That means you have the responsibility to put in more the appropriate or even above appropriate amount of effort every single day, or every single time you go out there, or every single time you lace some shoes up, every single time you get dressed, every single time you get up out of bed. You have a responsibility to work towards those things. No one is going to hand you anything. And this is what I was telling those students. Everybody recognizes the fact that Black students, we have capabilities, not only athletics. Everybody recognizes the fact that Black students are capable of performing academically at a high level. But one of the things that we are just now starting to come to terms with is because we have that capability, we have the responsibility to do exceedingly abundantly above. We have the responsibility to meet those demands. We have the responsibility to reach for our potential every single day, to reach, not sit here with our palms out, not sit here like this waiting on it. Knowing the capability is out there, we have to go after it every single day. If you're capable of performing well in a subject, if you're capable of performing well on a job, if you're capable of performing well in a field, if you're capable of performing well, you have the responsibility to perform well, to perform not only up to their expectations, but up to your own expectations. And the thing about it is, if you know your capability, if you know your potential, your expectations are always going to be higher than other people's expectations of you. And it is not unreasonable to ask yourself to go above other people's expectations. Nobody wants to go above other people's expectations. Everybody say, I don't get paid enough for that. That ain't in my contract. But the problem is that you made a contract with yourself when you told yourself, your mind delivered to you, your subconscious mind told you the exact level of, or even a scratching the surface of it, or just a glimpse of your capability in that particular field. When it told you just how good you had the potential to be, and you decided not to fully act on that every single day because it wasn't in your contract or because you wasn't getting paid enough, you was breaking the deal with yourself. And that's more important than breaking the deal with somebody else. Do more than you paid for. Do more than you're paid for. Work as good as you know you can. Every single time you go to work. Work as hard as you know you can. Do the quality of work that you know you can do. Not what you want them to see you do, because they'll pay you accordingly. If you're going to say, okay, I'm only getting paid $22 an hour, so I'm only going to give them $22 an hour. Why the fuck would anybody give you 25, 26, 28, 30? He only shows us he can do $22 an hour. We don't have the time to, after we give him this money, give him the time to catch up to it. No, we see him from day one. This motherfucker came in on $100,000 a year type shit. So yeah, it might take him some time to do some course correcting. It might take him some time to catch up to it. But eventually, the universe will catch up to it. Whether it be that company or not, the universe will catch up to it. Because if you are acting on your potential. If you are fulfilling the responsibilities and obligations you have to the God that gave you that potential, the universe will give you what it's supposed to give you. It may not give it to you at that spot that you at now. It may not give it to you in that relationship you in now. It may not give it to you with those friends that you got right now. But guess what? It's going to give it to you the way you need to get it, when you need to get it, and who you need to get it from. All right? Quick little blurb on responsibility. Apologize for this little light going out, making my face all dark as shit. But shit, that's when I had to drop the boom anyway on that responsibility tip, man. Capability. We all got it in us. Potential. We all got it in us. Limits. Our limits are always way higher than we say or we portray or that we think they're going to be. And when you get a glimpse of just how far those limits are, or how much further those limits are than you thought they were, when you get that glimpse, now the responsibility is on you to get there. Now the responsibility is on you to live up to that potential. Now the responsibility is on you. Capability, it comes with responsibility. That's the price tag for it. That's the price tag for potential, is responsibility, is the obligation to do it. It was a gift, but it wasn't a free gift. It came with attachments. It came with conditions. Either you use it or you lose it. He who has, more will be given. You have to use it. All right? It's your boy Tree, boy Trevor Turner. Thank you once again. It's a free hour.